Hi guys, it's Jamila here from Slapp. Today I'm going to be doing a video on the brand new Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette Volume 3. This is brand new from Hourglass and I was very excited to get my hands on it. So I'm just going to get into it, but if you haven't subscribed already guys, please subscribe. We'd love to have you in the Slapp family. And without further ado guys, here is the video. Today I'm going to be doing a video on the brand new, highly anticipated, controversial Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette Volume 3. This is finally, like 10 years later, finally the one for deep skin tones has arrived. I also, for some reason in my head, thought they were all highlighters, and I was reading on the back that they are finishing powders as well as highlighters. So I'm going to do one demo on my face as it is, and then just do a concealer face, see how it works as a finishing powder, and just see how it all works as one palette together on my face. Okay, so this is the Ambient Lighting Palette Volume 3 from Hourglass. If you guys watched my Will I Buy It video, this, I kind of gave you like a little brief of the story, but this highlight powder palette came out for deeper skin tones last year, but it was not for deeper skin tones, and it was not new shades, and it was all a big scandal. They used Jasmine Toques to kind of push it and make us think that it was, but everyone who tried it or knew it knew that it wouldn't work for deeper skin tones, so it was a big thing. Hourglass have been like very, let's say, inconsistent with their inclusivity. Like, they first launched a foundation stick that actually had some deeper shades in it and it was actually quite nice, but then they released face palettes and highlighters all the time that wouldn't work for deeper skin tones. Then they released a foundation which had a few deeper skin tones, but a lot of the shades were really off. They were kind of random. They were very like yellow or very, very orange. It was just not really formulated truly with deeper skin tones in mind. I'm sure there are some people that can find their shade, but for the most part, me included, most people couldn't find their shade. I did have the foundation stick and I did like it, but then when other things came out, I couldn't really engage with the brand very much. They did also launch a liquid concealer last year as well, or the year before last, and I did buy that and I did like it. It's a very, very, very full coverage concealer. And it's quite like the one, I think I got the shade Maple. It was fine, and if they kept bringing out other products that were inclusive and worked for deeper skin tones, then it wouldn't have been a big problem. But because they did that whole Ambient Lighting Volume 2, deeper skin tone friendly, not really friendly, not really new, not really anything different palette, everyone was just like, okay, you're done, forget it, just forget it. We actually don't need to buy your stuff, so if you're just gonna keep punking us, then we're just gonna stop. So everyone just stopped, like literally, well, not everyone, there was a lot of people who still reviewed Hourglass stuff, but a lot of people from all skin tones, which I really, really loved, they just were like, until Hourglass kind of sort their lives out and actually become more inclusive, we're not gonna buy from them. So I liked that, and I didn't either, although I'd already got quite a lot of Hourglass stuff by this point, but I'd never been able to try any of their lighting palettes, any of their finishing powders, any of their highlighters. I'd go into stores and they'd be like, oh, powders are the best, but you can't use them. I'm like, thanks. So the day has finally come. It's a tricky one with when brands who aren't inclusive suddenly become inclusive. A lot of you guys were saying in my last Will I Buy It, who cares, like, we don't really want to back someone who's never really backed us. Is it too late? We shouldn't really have had to beg for this palette to come like 10 years, 12 years, I think maybe 15 years after this brand launched. It's kind of ridiculous, which I do agree with, but then I also am conflicted because I feel like if they launch this palette and no deeper skin tone people buy it, then they, in their heads and in their boardrooms, they justify the reasons for them not being inclusive. So it's kind of conflicting. I see why people wouldn't want to, and I don't think you should feel the need to, and I'm sure you don't. Like, there's no need to support someone who's never supported you. That's like crazy. But if you do want to kind of protest with your coins in a reverse way and show, actually, we will buy it if you provide it, then this video, I guess, is for you. Also, if you're just curious about this palette and to see, I think a lot of people are waiting for swatches, so if you're just curious about this palette and you're waiting for swatches, then this video is also for you. And if you just watch our videos, thank you. Thank you very much. So I'm just going to start. I'm going to show you guys the packaging. I'm going to read some of the blurb. I'm gonna do swatches. So guys, this is the brand new Ambient Lighting Palette Volume 3. It has launched from Hourglass as part of their holiday collection, which I just realized I'm hoping does not mean that it's limited edition, but it might give them an out if no one buys it, so they might just say it was a limited edition holiday. But this is the Ambient Lighting Palette Volume 3. It is $64 US, and it is £61. You do technically get 3 powders. They also launched with 2 face palettes. They came out with the Ambient Lighting Edit Universe Unlocked, which is the richer one, and they also came out with the Ambient Lighting Edit Universe, which is the lighter one. They're both $80 and they are both £79. I decided not to get those just because I was not convinced from the pictures that the Ambient Lighting Edit Universe Unlocked would be deep enough for my skin, but I will be going into stores soon and I will try and swatch them, and if I like them and if you guys want it, I will do a review. What I did get was the Ambient Lighting Palette Volume 3. This is the third and probably final trio from Hourglass. They have a Ambient Lighting Palette Volume 1, which did very well. Last year they launched the Ambient Lighting Palette Volume 2, which did not go down very well. And now they've launched the Ambient Lighting Volume 3, which is the deeper skin tone friendly one. When I was doing my Will I Buy It, I said they didn't actually use any models to show it off, but they have actually released their campaign photos, and you can see their campaign photos on their website, and there is a model who's of a very nice rich complexion showcasing it, and you can actually see what I believe is probably the true colour of the palette next to her, so it kind of gives you a gauge of how rich this is going to be or how sparkly it's going to be. So I'm going to show you a picture of that. So it says the newest edition of the Radiance Enhancing Palette features 3 brand new shades of ambient lighting powder, 2 finishing powders and 1 strobe highlighter to create a seamless finish. Using photoluminescent technology, the powders filter surrounding light to blur imperfections and refine skin's appearance for a radiant, multi-dimensional glow. Each of the shades can be applied individually or layered for a customized finish, ideal for medium deep to deep skin tones. They say this is 0.10 ounces and 3 grams times 3, so each one is 3 grams and 0.10 ounces. It says powders mimic the most flattering light sources to act as an instant filter. Photoluminescent technology captures, diffuses and softens surrounding light to refine the skin's appearance. Multi-dimensional luminescence makes skin appear softer and perfectly lit. Enhance skin in any type of light, including flash photography. Designed to be layered and work together seamlessly. Packaging is made from 100% recycled plastic to reduce our use of virgin plastic. Vegan and cruelty free, and it says includes 3 new shades. Eternal Light, which is a golden amber finishing powder that illuminates and enhances the complexion. Transcendent Light, which is a warm sienna finishing powder that blurs imperfections and adds ethereal dimension. And Prismatic Strobe Light, which is a rich copper metallic strobe powder that illuminates the complexion for a lit from within glow. So it says after applying makeup, use the ambient powder brush to sweep powder all over face. Shades can be applied individually or layered for a multi-dimensional glow, and it is vegan and cruelty free. So guys, I'm going to quickly show you the packaging and then I'm going to get into a demo. So those are the swatches on. I'm very, very, very intrigued by what I've swatched. The lightest powder, this one here, has a tiny bit of shimmer in it. The second one in the middle is quite rich. It's quite red, rosy in undertone. And the third one is the strobe highlight, which I have to say is probably one of the most stunning highlights I've ever seen. It's such a nice, rich bronze gold. It's so deep and lovely and amazing, and I truly feel like that will flatter so many deeper skin tones. I think that these are pretty much dupes with shimmer for the Dior No Powder powders, so if you do have them, you might not need these. I think weirdly they're like exactly identical in shade as 5N and 6N. You can literally see that they are pretty much dupes. The only thing I would say is that the Hourglass deeper finishing powder is slightly more red than the Dior, and the lighter finishing powder is slightly more golden than the Dior 5N. So if you do have the Dior 5N and you think it's a little bit neutral, you want something a bit more golden, then this Hourglass one might be the one for you. Pat McGrath was a shocker. I thought the Pat McGrath deep bronze was going to be identical to the Hourglass, and the Pat McGrath one is so much more gold. This one definitely is more coppery bronzy. I also have to say the packaging is very nice. It is plastic, but it doesn't feel plasticky. It comes with a very long mirror. It's a really nice bronze shade. It's very deep, it's very rich. It's just like, yeah, I love it. I like the look of the mirror, which is cute. Love to have a mirror. Also, with all of the Dior Backstage, there is no mirror, so if you do like mirrors and you want something all in one, obviously I haven't tested this yet, but if you want something all in one, you don't have to carry 3 different big palettes around that don't have mirrors, then this could be for you. So I think so far it's ticking a lot of boxes. Obviously I haven't tried it yet. I feel like it's super easy to open. It's just like designed to be easy, and it feels lightweight but not cheap. So far I'm liking it. First I'm going to try the highlighter, the thing that has been doing it for me the most. This is the thing I'm most excited about. I'm obsessed with this shade. I just feel like this is the thing that dreams are made of. So let's see. I'm going to use a bit of this one. It does look softer, it looks a bit more blurred there. I like the feeling of it, it feels nice and light. I'm going to use a bit of the richer one, and I'm going to use my bigger It Cosmetics brush and just see what happens if I use it as more of a bronzer. It's got a really nice radiance, that shimmer. I just don't think you need to layer it up very much because it looks a bit gold if you put too much on it. But I do see the radiance, I do see like the light lit from within glow. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move to this side of the room just to change up the lighting. Let's see what it looks like in different lighting. So far I do like it, I think it's nice. I definitely see the glowiness of it. I do obviously have quite a lot of makeup on, so I'm going to just like strip it back after I do this little demo, and then we'll see what it looks like slightly different. I'm back, looking very nervous. I'm gonna just use my Rose Ink concealers just because I've been wearing them as a base for the last couple of weeks, so I know how they wear, I know what to expect, everything should be okay. And then I'll just use a bit of cream bronzer, my Chanel, just keep it quite pared back, and let's see what happens. I'm gonna do a tiny bit of it on camera so you guys can see what I'm doing, what I'm putting on. For the under eye area, I'm going to use the lightest shade here. That's quite nice and warming. I quite like that as a bronzer. It's definitely rich and it's got a nice glow to it. I like that as a bronzer. The warmth on this powder is really nice. It's got a really nice soft focus to it. It's got a nice richness to it. It's not too red. It's not too cool. It's just really nice and warming. So I quite like that. I wasn't thinking of that as a bronzer, but I really like it as a bronzer. So last but not least, I'm going to try this shimmery stroby shade. It looks nice. It looks very naturally radiant. It looks very smooth but glowy. On less makeup, it looks a lot better. The highlight before looked a bit too built up when I started to build it up, whereas here it looks a lot smoother. It's lovely. It's really glowy and smoothing, which I do like. So I'm going to give you guys a quick final close up. Also going to go back and put a bit more under my eye just to see how it builds up, but this is it kind of as a one coat. So guys, that is it. That is my finished look. That is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette Volume 3, the deeper skin tone friendly palette. And I have to say, I do definitely feel like it is deeper skin tone friendly. There is still a restriction in terms of like how deep and rich you can go with this palette, but because I've never tried one of their palettes, I don't really know what they want you to do with each powder. They do say you can mix and match. So I think if you are richer, this can be an under eye powder, and maybe the lighter one can be a highlight powder. So there is definitely some leg room in here, but if you are much richer, then you might miss out on having that bronzer effect. If you're my skin tone, I feel like it does work really well. You do get to use all three powders as they might have been intended, but I think if you're much richer, you're only going to be getting 2 to 2.5 of the powders. So that's just something to keep in mind. But I have to say, I do like it. It is very glowy. I've never had a palette like this that's kind of all soft finishing powders that are very glowy and soft focus. I do definitely feel like I see the soft focus in it, and it does look really smooth on my skin. It looks really nice. I like the bronzer in this. It might be my favorite thing in it. It's just really warming, smoothing, and it feels really lightweight on. It just feels like a dream to apply. So I do really like that richer powder. I also like the strobe as well. I feel like that's really nice. It's got a really nice rich gold bronze reflect to it, but it's not too glittery. It just gives a really nice shimmer. I like the lighter powder. I think it's probably my least favorite thing. Maybe it's just because it is quite translucent and sheer. I'm not really seeing it do much, but I will keep my eye on it for the rest of the day and try and remember to do some check-ins. I'm just going to give you a quick close up. So it is 9:31. It's been almost 6 hours of wear. I went on the tube, had a mask on. It's just the T-zone area and around the nose where it looks a bit shiny. Definitely love the bronze, definitely love the highlight. So 2 out of 3 is not bad. So I'm happy with this. I'm going to keep using it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Will you be buying it? Will you be trying it? Let me know. I think it is probably worth the money just because it is 3 powders in one. And they're quite chunky. The Dior ones are 11 grams. All 3 is still smaller than one of these Dior's because this is 11 grams and 3 of those are 3 grams, so 9 grams. So you are getting less for your money in terms of size and volume, but you do get a lot more variation. I love the Dior ones very much, but this is just one powder and it doesn't have a mirror and it's not that helpful when you're out and about. And I do think everything worked really nicely on. So I do like it actually. I'm pleasantly surprised. So guys, that is it. That's my finished look. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Will you be buying it? Will you be trying it? Let me know. Anyway guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you liked this video. If you haven't subscribed already guys, please subscribe. We'd love to have you in the Slapp family. Thank you guys so much for watching and I'll see you on the next one.